Hey everybody, we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Ryan Lamb. I'm going to be doing a training for you guys really quickly. It's a very, very important training, and I'm going to give this about 10, 15, maybe 30 seconds for everybody to join. So we're going to be doing a training on how to cast vision. Okay, welcome guys. I'm waiting a few minutes or seconds for people to hop on. So, hey, make sure you guys are promoting this to your team. I promise you, this is probably the most important training that anyone can be a part of. So make sure every single person that you know knows that I'm doing this right now. And to hop on, this is going to be a quick 15-minute training, but it's probably the most important training that I've ever done. So please, please, please go tell everybody that you know to hop on. Welcome everybody. If you're just joining, please go remind everybody that we're getting started here. I'm going to wait a few more minutes. Get everybody on your team on this. I promise you. Get a notepad ready because I have a bunch of notes to go over. This is going to be very, very important. So keep coming in, guys. Keep coming in. Keep inviting. Keep inviting. Keep getting all of your team on here. We're going to be starting in a few minutes. Okay? Keep getting everybody on here. We're going to be starting here in a few minutes. I promise you it's the most important training. So I would not be calling everybody to the altar, if you will, if this wasn't an important call. This is very, very important. Have your people stop what they're doing. Get on. Can you guys still see me? Can you still hear me? It said I went down. Someone said that they can't hear me. We still live? All right, good deal. All right, guys. Keep inviting all your people. This is not for guests. This is only for people, obviously. This is a training video. So let's get everybody on for training. And take notes, guys. Take notes. Seriously, you're going to want to take notes. So all right. So keep coming in, guys. Keep coming in. Please send last-minute reminders to your people. If your people are not in President Millionaire Academy, guess what? Your people are starving. They're not getting trained. They're not plugged in. They're not getting anything. So make sure to get everybody in on this training. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and get started. Guys, I'm jacked up, fired up, super excited. I hope you guys realize, but by the end of this training, you're going to get the picture. You're going to get the bigger picture, and you're going to know how to build this business, okay? Let me assure you that there is a right way and a wrong way to build this business, okay? There's a right way and a wrong way to build this business, okay? Everything that I'm going to be teaching today, is coming from the top. The creators of our system, Grand President Millionaires, Nat and Chanita, okay, our double President Millionaires, Mr. Chad and Natita Chong, and the one and only, the world's fastest President Millionaire, Mr. Ramasio Fulcher, okay? All this information I'm training you on, I have been taught by them. So what I want to teach you today, guys, is how to cast vision. This is going to be a very thorough training where you literally write down everything I say, okay, that I tell you. You're not going to want to miss this. So number one, I want you to write down the date, because this day may change your life. Training how to cast vision. How to cast vision. So, the first 3 words I want on your paper after that is very big on the top, all the way across. Vision moves people. Vision moves people. Okay? Vision moves people. The next thing I want you to write down is that amateurs sell products. Pros sell vision. Amateurs sell products. Pros sell vision. Professionals sell vision, guys. If you want to build this and you want to build it to the moon, you're going to have to be able to cast vision. If you find yourself explaining features on the device all the time, answering very technical questions about how to connect everything, how to log into the back office, how to do this, how to do that, you're selling the product, guys. You have to focus on the vision. If you're selling the Helo, you need to be selling the vision. So I'm going to be teaching you today, guys, how to see the bigger picture and how to cast vision so that your people can see. When they see the vision, they move. They don't move when they see the product. They may buy it, right? They may like it, but they aren't inspired to do anything. So there's 3 keys to casting a vision. Number 1, a vision explains what it is. Number 1, a vision explains what it is. Number 2, a vision explains where it's going. Number 2, a vision explains where it's headed, where it's going. Number 3, a vision explains what's in it for you. What's in it for them? So, let me repeat that back to you. If I have a prospect, I have to make sure they have these questions answered in their head. What is this? Where is it going? And what's in it for me? They're asking themselves those 3 questions. What is this? Where is it going? And what's in it for me? If you answer all 3 of those questions effectively, you're able to create a vision in their life or in their mind. Okay? Now, number 1, here's how I'm going to explain to you how to create a vision around this. I want you to pay very close attention, and here's what I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you to delete all habits prior to seeing this out of your mind and use this method. Okay? This is the method that I'm using to get my results. Anything that you've heard other than that, unless it came from Mr. Ramasio Fulcher, if it came from our upline, you do it. Because I'm doing everything that they tell me. But what I'll tell you is, this is the right way right here. It's casting vision. Number 1, okay, there's 2 versions to what I'm going to tell you on how to cast vision. I'm going to teach you literally how to do everything right here. How to get people to say yes to you. This is how to get people to say yes to you. Number 1, this is the parts to creating a vision. You ask a question. Are you familiar with blank? Are you familiar with blank? So over here, I have 2 versions that I'm using. 2 versions and 2 versions only. Are you familiar with Fitbit? And are you familiar with Apple? Are you familiar with Fitbit? Are you familiar with Apple? So, the reason why I have 2 versions is because I've quickly learned as I've started to grow internationally in Israel, they're not as familiar with Fitbit, but they're very familiar with Apple. So, I have 2 versions now, and I like one better than the other, and I'll explain to you at the end why. So, number 1, are you familiar with Fitbit? Yes or no? Step one. The reason why you ask this question, are you familiar with? Because it brings about relevance. People can associate it with something. They understand it because they've already seen it. They get it. Are you familiar with Fitbit? Yes. You wear it on your wrist. Okay, count your steps, count your calories. And this is what you do. You relate that. Yes, you're familiar with it. Count your steps, count your calories. It's a fitness tracker. You know, it's kind of the face of the new wearable explosion. Are you familiar with it? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay, great. Number two. This is the next part of casting a vision. There are some key things that I say in everything. So are you familiar with blank? Here's the next step. Write all of this down. Knowing what you know today is a key phrase. If you could go back in time, and be one of the first involved in blank, and be one of the first involved in blank, and earn a commission off of sales all over the world, would you have done it? Yes or no? Great, Chris. Fantastic. Knowing what you know today about Fitbit, if you could go back in time and be one of the first involved and earn a commission off of sales all over the world, would you have done it? Yes or no, Chris? Yes? Fantastic. Fantastic. Are you sure, Chris? Yes? Let me explain something, guys. Knowing what you know today about Fitbit, knowing what you know today about Apple, if you could be one of the first involved and earn a commission off of all the sales all over the world, would you have done it? Yes or no? Yes. Are you sure? There's a reason why I asked that question, and I love asking that question because here's why. It sits them back. They're not expecting that. So they ask, are you sure? They're like, yeah, I'm sure. Okay, good. Now let me ask you, what if I told you I just found out? What if I told you, that's the first key phrase. What if I told you I just found out that blank just launched 90 days ago? And you, Chris, could be one of the first involved with me too. Would you want in? Yes or no? And you could be involved with me too in the very beginning. Would you want in? Yes or no? Now, if they say no, maybe they haven't caught the vision yet. So we're going to reiterate something. Okay? Let me ask you, are you familiar with the wearable tech industry? Yes or no? So if they say no, guys, yeah, okay, I can appreciate that. Well, let me ask you a quick question then. Are you familiar with the wearable technology industry? Yeah? Are you familiar with where it's going? Yes or no? Yes? Okay, tell me. Where's it going? Or no? Okay, let me explain something to you really quickly, Chris. Maybe you don't understand the relevance of what I'm telling you, but the wearable technology industry right now is worth about $14 billion. Okay? This year they've done about 123 million in volume. Okay? According to Forbes, according to Business Insider, according to CCS Insight, according to the most reputable publications in the world in terms of business, are all showing the wearable technology industry to triple, if not quadruple, in the next 3 years, Chris, to a $34 billion industry. Everything's going to wearable tech. So you're telling me, I just want to be clear, that if you could be first and at the top of the launch in the first 90 days of Fitbit on steroids, the most advanced wearable technology in the world, and you could be involved too, would you at least want to evaluate it for free? At least want to evaluate it, yes or no, for free? Yes? All right, perfect. I know you have more questions. Frankly, I don't know all the answers either. I just found out about this. It just launched. They're having a private conference call. One of the presidents in the company is having a private conference call tonight at 9 p.m. Would you like access to the call? Yes or no? It's a private call. Would you like access? Okay. Great. Out of respect for the leader, I will be telling him who is coming on the call. If for any reason you cannot make it, please let me know as soon as possible, out of respect, so that I can give your seat on the conference call away to somebody else. Fair enough? All right, Chris, super excited. 9 o'clock, I'll see you there. I'm going to have a pen and paper ready. I promise you, they're going to be going over some key information, and you don't want to miss it. Sound good? Sound good. Get off the phone. Okay? Get off the phone. So, if they say no to, they don't show any interest after the wearable technology market, get off the phone. They're a no. You've collected their decision, and now you move on to collect the next decision. Okay, we're just decision collectors. We ask very pinpointed questions. They say yes, they say yes, they say no, they say no. We go which way they tell us. We're sorting, not selling. We're sorting, not convincing. This is the system to follow, guys. You have to cast the vision. Now, number 2, this is the next set of questions you can ask. Are you familiar with Apple? Yes or no? For most of my international folks, this is the route you want to go. Are you familiar with Apple? Yes or no? Yeah? Would you agree that they're one of the top technology innovators in the world? Would you agree they're one of the best, right? They sell they came up with the iPod back in the day, the iPhone, the MacBook, started in 1976, founded by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and another guy. Let me ask you, knowing what you know today about Apple, if you could be one of the first involved and earn commissions off of all the sales that Apple has done in the last 40 years all over the world, to be in a position to distribute their products and earn a commission in the very beginning, would you have done it, yes or no? If they say no to that, let me tell you where you go. Really? Wow. So you're telling me Apple, worth billions of dollars today, knowing what you know today, if you could go back in time and be in a position at the very beginning of the launch of Apple, you wouldn't have done it? Interesting. Are you familiar with Fitbit? Yes or no? Yeah? Huh. I'm engaging with them now. Fitbit sold 20 million devices last year. You know, they're the new face of wearable technology. They just $8 billion. Knowing what you know today about Fitbit, if you could have been first with them and make money, would you have done it then? Yes or no? No? Bro, are you familiar with the wearable technology industry and where it's headed? Are you familiar with the wearable technology industry and where it's headed? Do you know what they estimate in 2020? Forbes, you know Forbes, you know Business Insider, Time Magazine, CCS Insight, Wall Street Journal. You know all these publications, right? They're the best. You know what they're showing? Wearable tech market to be worth 3 or 4 times what it is today, to triple, if not quadruple, in the next 3 or 4 years. $34 billion by 2020. And you're going to tell me, knowing that, you wouldn't have done it? Okay, fine. Next. Wow. Can you imagine if you go through the sequence of those 3 things, going from Apple? Are you familiar with Apple? Okay, I can appreciate that. Are you familiar with Fitbit? Okay, I appreciate that. Are you familiar with wearable technology industry? Okay. Boom, next. If they say, there's no way in my opinion, there's no way in heck that someone can say those 3 questions, say no to those 3 questions if they are the right person. So if they're the right person, the person that we're looking for to work with, guys, we don't want to work with everybody. We're looking for the right people. We're looking for visionary people, people with business minds, people that understand vision. They can see things. They know timing and positioning. Any business-minded person will not say no to those 3 questions. So you sort your audience by going through that only if needed. Guys, if they say yes with the Apple, you've got them. Get them to watch the information. Your goal in this series of questions is to get them to watch the 2-minute video and the 7-minute video and a webinar to answer their questions. Guys, we don't have to explain it. This is a product and an opportunity that doesn't need an explanation. All they need to know is what it is, where it's going, and what's in it for them. We don't have a juice. We don't have a juice that needs, a whole story behind what's in it. We don't need a story behind a skincare product that has some anti-aging formula that the world's never seen, that comes from, some, crazy Arab Sea, Black Sea, whatever. We don't need that. We don't need to sell this. Guys, it's technology. They don't have to taste it. They don't have to feel it. They don't have to do it. Okay? They don't have to. So what I'm telling you is it's all about the vision. So with that being said, it's those 3 things. Those 3 things. What it is, where it's going, what is in it for you. It's all about the vision. Because guys, whether you believe it or not, World Global Network is partnered with Toshiba, partnered with Quality Technology. Okay, Toshiba spent 90 days vetting out this entire operation a long time ago. They investigated Fabio. They investigated his staff. They did a whole internal investigation of everything before creating an alliance with World. Okay, so they studied all the algorithms. They studied everything. They studied everything. The producibility, the manufacturability, everything. The quality and the technology. They're our partner. Guess who is the senior vice president of World Global Network? For some of you iPhone, iWatch, Apple fans that are out there, His name is Antonio DeRosa. He's the Senior Vice President of World Global Network. He's the same guy that designed the Apple Watch. He's the same guy that designed the iPhone 6. He's the same guy that designed the iPhone 7. He's now the Senior Vice President at World Global Network and the designer of the Hilo, the designer of the future Infolio Android. And World Global Network is the future Apple of network marketing in the world. There's no other technology-based network marketing that's selling innovative products like this. Nowhere in the world do you have a $60 billion technology company backing a network marketing technology-based company. It's the first time ever. We're going to be the Apple of network marketing, guys. That is the ultimate vision. So if I asked you, do you want to be a part of Apple, the next Apple in technology? In the very beginning, launching the most advanced wearable technology, launching the most advanced Android technology coming out in the beginning of next year, would you want to know how to be involved, yes or no? Guys, you don't have to sell this. You just have to get the information in front of them. It's publicly traded information. They can go research. They can do their due diligence. They can be skeptical if they want to. This is going to the moon with or without them. All we have to do is share the information. Whether they say yes or no is up to them. I don't convince people. I don't care. Frankly, I do care. I do. I want people to see this. That's why I'm spending so much time casting vision and helping people see something that they've never seen, to give them hope. So I truly do care, which is why I spend so much time helping people see a vision so that they can change the legacy and life of their families forever, because this is where this is going, guys. This is how we've been able to do almost $500,000 in revenue in our first month. The lead designer in Apple is now the senior vice president over here, designing everything, using all of Fabio's technology and patents that he's invented. Fabio's the next Steve Jobs, guys. He is literally the next face of technology, the next Elon Musk. If you don't believe it, just watch. Just watch. Sit in the stands. Because we're going. That's what you got to tell people, guys. Antonio DeRosa, game changer. Fabio Galdi, the next face in technology. Guess what, guys? In a few weeks, if not next week, I don't know when it is, Consumer Electronics Show, CES, one of the biggest electronic shows in the world. You want to know credibility? You doubt the product? Someone doubts the product? Toshiba is featuring at the Consumer Electronics Show, perhaps the biggest electronic show in the world, is featuring, guess what? World Global Network's Hilo. Guys, get the information in front of people. Go share this with as many people as possible. If they say yes, get on the webinar, get on the conference call, set them up with me. Get people in front of the information. The 2-minute video, the 7-minute video, my recorded webinar. Are you in or are you out? Do you have questions? Let's go. It's our time. It's your time. You just got to do it, guys. I'm fired up. I'm jacked up. I hope you feel the passion coming from over here. But it's up to you. We have the chance to be the face of the next Apple. Don't be a Ronald Wayne. Don't throw in the towel and just be lazy and be too cool. Be too skeptical. Because now he was so skeptical that he lives off Social Security in a $150,000 house in the middle of the nowhere desert outside of Las Vegas. Because he was too cool, too tired, too busy, being busy. Not getting the job done, guys. The total equalizer in the world is time. Everybody has 24 hours in a day. Warren Buffett has 24 hours. I have 24 hours. You have 24 hours. What you do with it is up to you. So let's start casting some vision, guys. Let's figure out what you want in life, what it is that drives you, and go after it. If it's to retire early, if it's to travel the world, if it's to give your kids everything, if it's just because you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of being broke, tired of living paycheck to paycheck, I feel you. That's where I'm coming from. And by God, I'm tired of being there and I'm not staying there. I'm going to the moon, guys. So let's go cast some vision. Let's go learn how to do this. Let's go make it happen. I'll see you at the top. And let's go, guys. Take care and let's kill it. See you at 8 p.m. on tonight's webinar.